Las Vegas and the possibility of it getting a franchise?
Well, I think selecting the market, and I've said this to Mark Davis and I've said it to Roger.
Mark Davis being the owner Raiders owner.
The owner of the Raiders, is that I think, and I would say particularly the Raiders are a really good example. They have, despite up until the last couple of years with a new general manager, a new head coach, I mean, they lost a lot of games for a lot of years, and yet their fan base is still very, very strong. The problem is the stadium it's playing in is as old as the Coliseum in Rome, or maybe older. So it's, it's not, it doesn't offer the fan amenities, doesn't offer the competitive things that are important for the fan base, as well as for the players and for the staff and for the ownership as well. So my counsel to Mark is that, I personally don't go to Vegas very much, but I understand the attractions there. We have to make sure that Las Vegas as a city can sustain an NFL franchise, because I don't think you want to be dependent on people flying in and out who are there, to gamble, to go to shows and whatever, and they happen to be there on a Sunday. They're not rooting for your team, they're rooting for their home team. So whoever is playing in Vegas this time, it's not going to be the Raiders they're rooting for unless they're living there. And the city is not a big city, it's less than a couple of million people. So it's, I think it's a lot less than that actually. So I think there's work to be done. And obviously the issue of gambling is critical to the NFL. The NFL has a very bright line in terms of team ownership and gambling interests. So I think that in any way, shape or form, whether it be the stadium or the team itself, so that has to be clearly sorted out and kept separate.
What's your guess on if it happens?
It'd just be a guess. And I think the league will be very thoughtful about its work. I think that the Davis family and other LPs, limited partners that he have, will be very thoughtful about their work. I don't really know. I think it's really too early to tell. I would say
it's not
this.
A guess.
You're right, it's not a guess. I would say this, that the league, and I am for that matter, the league is biased towards keeping franchises in the cities that they're in. So the league is going to put out whatever incentives it possibly can to encourage the franchise to stay where they are. We think that's important for the fans. I mean, you want the fans to feel that sense of ownership. So the fans shouldn't feel, as in the case of St. Louis, when I think Stan Kroenke went to all efforts and all pains to try to keep the franchise in St. Louis. The league helped them do that and did everything they possibly could. Only when it became an overwhelmingly clear choice to move to LA did we finally approve it. But we did everything we could do that made sense, close to making sense, to keep the team in St. Louis. So I think for Oakland and San Diego, you didn't ask about San Diego, but it's the same situation. We would like them to stay where they are. That would be our preference, but they have to have a competitive stadium situation.